are animals, insects, or plants that can cause damage to the facilities or threaten the health of people and animals. The most important pests for pig production include weeds, flies, mosquitoes, cockroaches, ticks, wild birds, rats, mice, and other small mammals such as possums and raccoons. These pests represent a risk for pig production, as they can act as mechanical or biological vectors of certain diseases that affect pigs or humans. For these major reasons, as part of the biosecurity and health program of each farm, it's important to develop and implement systematic plans for pest control. If it's at all possible, it's recommended that the pest control be carried out by a specialized firm who keeps track of the different pests that may exist on the farm. Several of the products used for pest control can be potentially toxic, so all safety equipment recommended by specialists should be used when handling or applying any product. Attention! If you hire service providers, they must comply with the required downtime, as well as agreeing to follow the rules to move around the farm perimeter, as well as for the entry of materials to the clean area. To prevent the entry and proliferation of these pests, the following procedures must be followed. Avoid storing objects, scrap metal, containers, construction waste, etc., around the barns or production buildings. This prevents the spread of rodent burrows and prevents accumulation of stagnant waters that serve as breeding sites for mosquitoes and other insects. Keep the bases of the feed bins clean. Immediately eliminate any waste or feed spillage outside or inside the barns, and keep the feed storage areas closed, feed bins and warehouses. Place a 2-foot wide rock barrier around the barns or production buildings. This barrier must have a minimum depth of 1 inch. All buildings must be bird-proof to prevent the entry of birds and feral animals into the clean area of the production complex. Minimize the accumulation of manure where flies can proliferate. This includes establishing a protocol for the treatment of organic waste produced in the farm. Maintain the cleanliness and order of the clean area of the farm, such as buildings and barns, office, warehouses, machine room, etc. Apply a programmed fumigation with mosquiticides and/or larvicides. The control of the adult state of the flies includes several formulations: solid bait, liquid for painting surfaces, and aerosols or bands with glue. Larvicides usually have spray or mist applications. Establish SOPs for the control of rodents where there are bait stations placed at least every 50 feet around the buildings or barns. Include the areas surrounding the mortality disposal. Check bait stations at least once a month to ensure functionality. Remember to keep a record indicating when both external and internal baits were placed and an identification of each bait station to measure consumption. The biosecurity of the farm is everyone's responsibility. Understanding, respecting, and rigorously performing each of these procedures minimizes the risk to animal health and well-being. Please comply with these good practices.